Welcome back to the Promethean Pulse with Allie. Today I'm going to continue discussion around the ClassFlow.com, which is Promethean's free cloud-based lesson delivery system in which you can interact with students in many different ways, one of which is to send quizzes and assessments. Another is to deliver lessons, as well as instant whiteboards, creating polls for your students, and so many other ways. The thing that I love about this is I can use it almost as a simple and easy learning management system for my students and myself. In order to do that, I need to set up classes, and the student rostered classes are my favorite. And there's another video on how to do those, so check that out. In order to deliver content to my students, I will go to classes. When I come to my classes, it automatically comes up with my feed. From there, I'm able to see lessons I've delivered, posts I've made to my students, and things like that. By clicking on a class, I can check my roster. I can see what lessons I've delivered to that class, as well as any assessments I've delivered to that class. Today, I'm going to be using my reading class as my demo class for this video's purposes. If I have a lesson on there that I no longer need for my students, I can delete that post. And I would do that by going to the skinny snowman, clicking on the skinny snowman, and choosing delete. You might have also seen that from there, I can choose to edit the post very, very quickly. So adding content to my student feed is as simple as typing a message, choosing which class I'd like to deliver that to, and attaching it. And so the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to set an anticipatory set for my students. So here I'm going to type a message to my students. So here you can see that I just typed in, which I did off camera. I'm so excited to begin our novel on Wednesday. What do you think this novel will be about? Be ready to with an idea you get by only looking at the cover. So then I'm going to choose which class I'd like to deliver this to. I'm going to choose reading. Now, for those of you that teach more than one section of a class, after you've done that, if you'd like to deliver it to another class, you just do your drop-down menu again and choose which one you'd like to deliver it to. From there, I am going to attach the picture that I just sent a teaser out to the kids about. In order to attach media, I'm not going to use this attach button. You'll see that in just a moment. I'm going to use the up arrow. When I click on the up arrow, I navigate to where I want the picture from in my computer. And so I have this picture saved into my pictures, and I've named it something that I could remember. I click that and I choose open. Then that image posts onto my student feed. I click post, and there it goes. And very shortly, with my students who land on their feed when they log in, they click on my class, and there is the post that I just made. And I just did that in real time, folks. So it's very quick. That's one of the things I love about ClassFlow, is things go up very quickly. My students read that, they click on the picture, they can see the picture. They could add a comment if they wanted to help them remember what they were going to say. And it's as simple as that. Now, coming back to my teacher page, Say that I want to do a flipped classroom where I want them to watch something before they come to class, or they missed, and instead of a flipped classroom, they're going back and going back over it either as review or if they missed the class. And so this time I'm going to add a ClassFlow lesson that I delivered. Now keep in mind with that up arrow, the elevator up arrow that takes me into my computer files, if I have a video I wanted to attach there, I could do that as well. So I'm going to attach, this time that paperclip takes me to the ClassFlow resources that I have. I can also type in a web URL if I wanted to have them watch a video that's outside of a ClassFlow lesson. Now, you hear me tell you every time you go to create something to make sure the first thing you do is to title it. This is a perfect example as to why. I can search, and in this case, I'm going to show you my untitled lessons. These are all the untitled lessons and activities, I'm a little embarrassed to show you, that I have saved in my account, because the drumbeat for me is always remember to title your activity or your lesson first thing. And you can see here, I have all of these untitled lessons and activities. So that makes it hard to search. But I know the lesson that I want to deliver is called Promethean Alley. And so I am going to type that in. I'm going to click on it, highlight it, and click attach. Once it attaches, my post, before I attach it, I have to choose which class I'm sending it to. I'm going to click my reading class, and then I'm going to click post. Again, going in real time onto my student side. They land on their feed. They click on reading, and almost instantaneously that's there. They can click on it, and they can go through the cards. So I want to have a practice activity for my students to do before class. And so on this, I'm going to, again, go back to my feed. And I am going to have practice this activity as many times as you would like before Wednesday. And so then again, I'm going to select my recipients. I'm going to click on the paperclip, and I am going to go to my activity. Remember, activities always have the little puzzle. I'm going to have attached this one. I'm going to post. Then my students come into their feed, and within a matter of a few minutes or so, that activity will load. The student is able to click on that activity, and they can play it as many times as they would want to, like you suggested. So great for flashcards, practice activities that you would have, such as vocabulary, math formulas, math equations, things like that, like your times tables, your addition tables, things like that. So I hope that helps with attaching things to your student feed within rostered classes. I know that if you work with ClassFlow in your classroom, you will be as in love with ClassFlow as I am. You will find its power. And here's the wonderful thing about ClassFlow. It is free for you and your students to use. You can use it in class, face-to-face. You can use it in a hybrid model, as well as in your remote setting. And that's the thing that's wonderful about Promethean products is they are very versatile, they are up to date, and they put excitement back into teaching and learning.